everyone, Green Gemini here, and welcome back to our next episode of Oxygen Not Included, Prehistoric DLC. Yeah, got some good stuff going on. There's an in-between episode from episode 4 to 5, so there's a 4.5 episode out there. If you would like to see that and all the work that we did, go over to the Patreon channel, link in the description below. Sign up for Patreon, help support the channel that way. If you want, you can also subscribe to the channel, like the video, and give a comment below saying that you're here and that you're watching the video. So today we're going to cover some things that we really need to cover. As the title shows, materials science research. But well, is that what it's actually called? Is it materials science research? Is it? I don't remember what it is. It's like, there it is. Materials study. Yeah, materials science research. Yeah, see, I was right. So materials study terminal is what we actually need to build today. So we've already done the research for that. We've got the rad bolts, rad bolt generators, stuff like that we're going to need to do too. Our dupes are going to be running a lot when it comes to this. I believe, if I look at my research... Yeah, I've already got the smart batteries, stuff like that are able to be produced. So we need to figure out where we're going to put that. We also need to briefly touch on the work that I did off camera. We're currently at cycle number 66, so we are probably a third... Yeah, I'd say about a third of the way through this big rock that's going to hit us in this area. So what I decided to do, I wanted to kind of see how easy it was going to be to get up to here. Unfortunately, I went the wrong way. I dug my ladder all the way up to here, which then realized my door is actually over here to be able to get into here. So... I kind of wish I would have gone up this way, but it is what it is, so there's nothing I can really do about that now. Yeah, so the other things that we did in that in-between was we dug out this way to get to the right side, we dug out this way to see the left side, to kind of see how big this map is and what we've got in between. And then I also dug down a little bit too, so we've got our saltwater geyser down there. We have our... what is this? Uranium biome that's down here. And then, hang on, we're going to do our little priority 0. That's a volcano. Interesting that there's a volcano in there. Okay. Looks like I've got a couple of other things over here. That one I've already done. Chlorine gas vent. Have we done? Doesn't look like we've done this one yet. Ooh, a hydrogen vent. Oh, good. Good, good, good. Okay, so that'll help with power. Okay. All right. That's going to help us out tremendously. But what I want to do today, like I said, is we need to get our materials research set up. Now, materials research goes based off of radiation. Now, radiation is natural in the Wheezeworts. We have this radiation block that's right here that we can expose with the uranium ore. But as you can see, so there's 200, we zoom in here, there's 232 rads per cycle in this one square. 247 rads, 247 rads, which is so much more than 133 rads that's in the uranium. Doing the Wheezeworts is going to be the better way for us to be able to get what we need when it comes to rad generation. Because you have to be able to have rad generation in order to get the material science research done. So my thought process on this is to dig out this area here, feed off of the uranium with the Wheezeworts here, to have the radiation shoot this way to the materials research here, I think. I need to look at my stations. Nope, I'm wrong. I am wrong. So you see where the... I'm just going to place this down here real quick. Let's go to this. So you see where the symbol is here? That's where the rad bolts need to actually shoot into. So if I have this over here, the rad bolts are going to shoot across, and they're actually going to hit a dupe while they're actually doing research. We don't want that. So it is going to be beneficial for us to have this either probably right around here. I got interrupted, lost my train of thought, but I believe I was at... This needs to go about here, and we're going to put the Weezeworts over here. Biggest thing with this is getting power to it. That's going to be my biggest concern right now, because the Radbolt generators take 480 watts. And I'm going to need probably 2 of them in order to be effective. Potentially. We need to kind of look to see what this build looks like and how many rads we're actually going to get out of this. And then with the materials study, it's 120 watts for that. So if I can get away with just 1, that'll be fantastic. Does that actually take... No, it just takes regular nickel. So I need to take this ladder and go up with it. Now, the other thing with the Weezeworts take phosphorite in order to keep them going. So we've got a little bit here, which is good. I'm not entirely sure... So this Rex... Missed prey. I don't know exactly... No, he excretes brine ice. I don't know if there's a way to... Ooh. I don't know how we're going to find phosphorite around here. Okay. That's going to be a challenge. In terms of power, being able to power this, manual generation is not going to work. It's just not. We're going to need... We have 40 tons of peat, and we have a peat burner. When I was looking at some of these things, I was like, okay, a peat burner uses 1,000 grams a second, outputs 480 watts of power, 40 grams of carbon dioxide, and then 200 grams of polluted water. It's actually going to give us some water, which is going to be really good. Coal generation also gives us 1,000 grams per second, 20 grams of carbon dioxide. Granted, that gives us 600 watts of power. So we have a deficit of 480. However, I think that's going to be our best bet with what we have, because I don't believe we have any coal. We have no coal. So we don't really have a choice. Okay? We really don't have a choice at all. So to start this out, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So with that being said, if I continue this over this way, my thought process is we can come over this way. I may... Oh, no. No. We're going to do this instead. So this goes like this. We'll have these exposed. Do I have someone that can dig through that? I do. Let's go ahead and put farm tiles here. We'll do 3 of them. I want to make sure I've got this available on my screen to see, to make sure I've got plenty of it. This can be used as a conduit for them to get up. My ladder to be able to go up this way is here. Oh, okay, that's actually gotten too cold. Interesting. Atmosphere is for that one. Here's the other problem we're having. We're having a problem with oxygen. So, we are not able to... We're having a lot of problems with the base right now. And I'm not going to be able to do a whole lot of in-between episodes for the time being, because we've got to fix our stuff, and we've got to work on getting this research done so we can get moving with getting rid of this asteroid. Is that the asteroid? Like, I know it's a picture of it and everything, but it must be. I think that's so cool. I really like that. While these guys are working on this, here's another thing that I want to look at too. You can notice that there's this big empty gap down here now. And that was one of the other things that I did was I dug this out, allowed the water to drop into here of what was over here because this was emptied. And now we're pumping the water that's down here up to here. Now, this is not going to overflow because as soon as this vent gets covered up and overpressurizes, then it will stop itself. So we've got a little bit of time before that actually happens. We have, let's look here, 14 tiles of water that can actually fit in there still. And we have basically twice that, a little over twice that down here. Oh, see, these guys are moving fast on this now. I love it. Here's the reason why I'm doing this, right, is because I want to make sure that we have the ability to go up this way. Yes, we're going to dig this out as soon as this is completely exposed. See, we're at 41 rads here right now. It's like, it's not very much, but it's going to help. Curious to see what the rads are going to be like when we have the Weezeworts in here. Because here's my thought process with this. I want to put... Let's just do that and dig that out. It's fine. So stations, materials research. I want to say we're going to place it here. And then... Hang on. Radiation, radbolt generation. One is going to at least go here. That'll shoot directly into there. I need them to get this going. Let's do an auto harvest on that. Oh, I wanted to, while they're doing that, I wanted to touch on something real quick too that I forgot to mention in the last episode. So the lums, they eat, it was on the screen, but I didn't touch on it. They will eat 1,300 kcals per cycle when it comes to the figs. The fig plants themselves, I believe... So the vine... Where is it? Produces 108 to 2,600 kcals per cycle. So when this vine gets long enough, I feel like it should, one vine should be able to support 2 of these lums. At least I think they should. Oh, we actually have tough meat now, which is good. Can we wrangle him, please? Should be able to, and put him in one of these. If I have that meat available, tender brisket, we'll go ahead and put that on too. Perfect. That's going to help with our food supply. So our rad bolts, we're going to take that and we're going to shoot it over to the right. So we're going to take that over. Now, we can adjust this if we want to from 50 rad bolts per cycle, or once it hits 50, we can have it shoot over once it hits 500, or anything in between. I typically keep it at 50. I'm going to need to hook up electricity to this. Do I have any Weezeworts currently? I do. Because I dug that one up. I've got another one up here that I'm going to need to dig up. Got all this brine popping in here. So it looks like he's feeding off of these guys. That's an egg. I'm curious to know about him. Because we're still waiting on this stuff to go. The other thing that this is going to help do is this is also going to help kind of keep some things cool as well. Okay, so here we've got 336 rads per cycle. I think we're going to be fine with just one. We're going to be totally fine with just one. So, the advantage of this is going to be... Let's dig that out. Let's put the... I'm going to hold off on the peat burner. Actually, first, I'm going to get our smart battery. So that's going to take some nickel. So this is refined metal. Okay. We're also going to need a transformer too. So we'll put the battery down. We'll use the heavy watt wire. Hang on. Okay, I'm like, where's my transformer at? Here's the transformer. Now, this transformer can only hold 1,000 watts, which means that, so we have 480 watts here, 120 here. So 120 and 480 is 600. So we can only add an additional 400 watts onto this line in order for this to stay active, or in order for this to not overload the circuits, I should say. Okay, we have, oh, hold on. So field research, is it applied research? That's the materials study terminal. Okay, so field research and then applied studies terminal. We're also going to do, yeah, so Freya as well can do that too, which is fantastic. And then I'm going to take my peat burner. And then we also need to take... Oh, no, I don't have automation wire. No. No, no, no. I messed up on that research. We need automation wire. So here's the reason why we need automation wire. If we don't, and we put peat into here and this battery fills, then this is just going to keep going and going and going. We don't want that. We want to be able to automate this to where... So the highest this can go, let's say, is going to be 96. Once this hits 96, then that will shut this off automatically. And then it will turn back on, say, at 25%. So this goes down to 25%. This will kick on. It'll go all the way up to it hits 96%, and then it will cut off. Typically, you leave a little bit of leeway because... This will not necessarily turn off right away. It always gives a little bit of an extra boost or a little bit of extra power to it. So we already got that. Ooh, and we have pretty colors. We're gonna use, what is this? Petal? Let's give that over to there. And I'm gonna do a priority 9 to get that built. Because, you know, this is... up and running already. Now, this is giving us 480 watts. Here's the problem. That's giving us 480 watts. This is using 480 watts, so we're at a net zero, right? We have no way of gaining... Oh, and I totally forgot about the... No! No, 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 no! Hold on. We totally forgot about... Oh, we forgot about the water. We forgot about the polluted water. Goodness gracious, what are we doing? What are we doing here? Come on now. Let's get that blocked off. Hang on. Hang on. Literally going to have someone stop what they're doing in their routine and stop that from happening. Thank you very much. Okay. Cannot believe I did that. Yes, I can. All right, let's take our automation wire. We're going to bring it all the way over to here. Okay, so I totally messed that up. So this is now going to give us, so we have 480 watts and 480 watts. So that's 960 total, which I need to make sure I connect these up. Because right now, again, like I said, this is a net zero. If I do 480 and 480, I'm subtracting 480, and then I'm going to be subtracting 120 eventually once this is being used. but I'm still going to have a surplus. So that's 600. This is 960. So there's a 360 surplus, which is going to be good for us to have. Now, the other downfall to this is that this is very, very warm over here. Now, we have some coolness happening down here, so we can take that coolness and bring it up here and back down in order to cool this off. And this will actually really help because we have this polluted water down here. And what I'd like to do is figure out a way that we can use this polluted water. I imagine there is a use for it somewhere. Typically, plants will want to use it or some other means of it being used. This is also going to produce a bunch of carbon dioxide, but I'm not worried about that because we already have this down here. And by the looks of it, we don't have a whole lot of CO2 in the base anyway, because we already took care of that in the last episode. Not doing any dupes right now. So, back to what we're doing up here. Here's an advantage. And that's a disadvantage. What's going on with the power? Okay. Oh, we have power. Why was that saying... Oh, because I was looking at the wrong thing. So this is 336 rads per cycle. That's 385 rads. Oh, but that's not exactly what it's doing, though. So this is actually only collecting 38 rads per cycle. And it shoots off at 50. So I need to get another one of these. Copy settings here. To boost this up in this area. Which we've already dug up here, which is good. So now I need to dig that Wheezewort up. We're going to dig out some of this phosphorite. Got more here. I don't have a whole lot of nickel available, but I think I have enough to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's go 8. We're going to need to make more. Oh, but here's a good example of what we've got, though. So the power has turned on, and we've got that going. When we hover over the materials study terminal, we can see how currently it's storing 0 out of 100 rad bolts. To break this down, for every 10 rad bolts, it equals, I believe, 1 applied science research. I think. If I'm remembering that correctly. I'm going to have to look and see. While that is going, let's go ahead and do a little bit more of this. I'm going to take this pipe up and over. Oh, hang on a second. I think I know the reason why that did that. I'm sitting here going, why did that change colors? Well, that's because it tried doing it as lead. So if I copy this, I have some lead that was used here in the base. But we don't want to do that. Definitely do not want to do that. Let's go ahead and take this over so that they can go ahead and get 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so they can go ahead and get these pipes done and we can get this stuff taken care of. Get all this mopped up and dropped off. So here we go. 50 just popped over. Next thing that I want to do is we need to prevent dupes from going in here, except for to feed this. Should have moved this one over, probably. Right, so let's put the door here. Now, it can't shoot through the door, but what I can do is I can open the door and then prevent the dupes from going in this direction. So then we'll open it. Default, no one will be able to go through it. So that will help prevent them from getting shot by the rad bolts. There's our Wheezewort getting taken care of. Okay. So let's do our research. In order for us to get to the blast shot maker, we definitely need to have the advanced caffeination, which is very interesting. So mercury sealing light, a espresso machine, and a large liquid fuel tank. So here we have Freya, who tried to start and didn't. She only used 3. Didn't do anything for the research whatsoever. Need to make that a 9. Oh, doggone it. What is happening right now? Why is that going and that not? Because it doesn't have any peat. Okay. Oh, the struggles of manual delivery and everything else. All right, so we can see how quickly this is going down. It's gone down to 20. It popped in for research, 10. So we should have, by the time she is done with this, we should have 5 completed. Only 4. Interesting. Interesting. At any rate, we have research happening, okay? If we can get this fertilized, thank you very much. You can see how we went from 38 to now 68, 69. So we almost doubled. We almost doubled, which is really, really going to help. So we will have more than 50 done per cycle. So we will be able to get to this research a little bit faster. Unfortunately, that's about all we can do. Now, we may potentially be able to get a 3rd Wheezewort in here. I'm glad that we're getting the liquid pipes up here to cool this down because we really, really need it. The advantage that we have with this is that this is at 90 degrees currently, but with the Wheezeworts right next to it, it's going to help kind of keep it cool. And there we go. We just had 50 more carry over. We should be able to get more research done with Freya. We're going to need to get that done. We're going to need to get the transit tubes done. We're going to need to make sure that we can get plastic. How am I going to get plastic in this game? Okay, we're at cycle 72. Plastic is going to be a need. Here's the reason why. So plastic is going to be a need because we're going to need to get... We're also going to need to get this researched. Where's my other stuff at that I need? Possibly that. I want to say there's like refined... Where's oil refinement? We're going to need this here. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Okay, so here's my thought process and what I've got going on in my head. Okay. We're going to need to get oxygen mass. We're going to need to get advanced gas flow, gas distribution. We're going to need all of this. We're going to need that. Where's oil? So lubrication station, oil well. There we go. Okay, so we've already got that researched. Fantastic. Okay. That I don't have to worry about. Because oil is going to give us the ability to, do the polymer press, which gives us our plastic. The problem is that we have to dig even further down to get to the plastic. Well, to get to the oil, I mean. It's buried. It's down deep. This is challenging. So we have so many things that we need to do. I have 5 dupes. The question is, do I have the ability to have another? Not entirely sure. Not entirely sure. But what matters is we have our material science research done. We have this going. Material study terminal with the material science research. Working on that. This will be a good fix for now. Let me pause this real fast. Let's go ahead and get this hooked up. Oh, I did not hook that up the correct way, did I? I did not. Nope. Sure, all of you were yelling at me for that. That actually needs to go in that direction. Not that direction. So we need to fix that. Get that done real fast. And that way this can start flowing through. What's the temperature of this anyway? 13 degrees? 32 degrees? It's pretty cold. And then this is connected directly into it. Okay. And so then this should start cooling down, which it already is. Okay, good. Wow, that's actually heating up a lot? Huh. Okay. Oh, I wonder if it's because of the polluted water. I wonder if the polluted water is transferring the heat more. At any rate, it's doing just fine. This is down to 89.4 degrees, 89.5, so I'm not worried about that. We have plenty of rad bolts up here for this research to happen, so I'm happy there. And we're good for today. That is the episode. So, questions, comments, concerns, put in the comment section down below. Again, if you want to see the in-between 4 and 5 episode, go to the... Ooh, that's going to come in handy. Go to my Patreon channel. There's a link in the description below for that. Give your support to the channel. Give a like. Give a subscribe. That's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you next time.